This message is coming to me right now that I need to share. I always channel messages. I'm a vessel. I work for God. I'm an earth angel, a starseed, a highly sensitive empath woman, a sensitive, intuitive woman with deep feelings, deep emotions, and I'm serving my people, my clients, who are like me, also deeply sensitive and intuitive empaths, highly sensitive people, earth angels, human angels, starseeds, chosen ones of God. You want to believe in God, and you also want to believe in yourself, and you want to heal and thrive after narcissistic abuse experiences. So do check out my self-help book and apply to work with me one-on-one so that we can start working on your healing path together. So today what's coming to me is about the painful fact and truth that can happen in your life, that people are taking you for granted and people are just seeming to take and take and take from you without boundaries. And this is of course because those energy vampires, narcissistic people, even psychopathic people, who have no conscience, no heart, no soul, no empathy, no remorse, they have no understanding of healthy boundaries. They see healthy boundaries and opinions as threats, and they will easily attack a person if they are setting healthy boundaries and expressing their healthy opinions with them. So naturally, this is the reason why it creates this conflict situation. When there is a sensitive, a kind, loyal person who is understanding and trustworthy, a good, kind person, and there is this perpetrator who is only there to take. So it's common sense that it's not going to work. This dynamic is not going to be working. It's going to be destroying that sensitive person eventually if it just keeps on going on. And nobody deserves to be taken for granted. Our lives can end at any minute in our lives, and we're not here forever. So for that reason alone, nobody should be taken for granted. We're not objects. We are not to be objectified in any way. We are living, breathing beings, human beings, spiritual beings, and especially when we are very sensitive and intuitive, and we feel people's issues and traumas. So we should be valued. And again, it's very hurtful and destructive if you are taken for granted and if you are just giving out of yourself to the perpetrators. But what people should understand, and what we always need to understand and remember, that, things are not usually just given to us. We need to work for things. We need to take action. We need to do something so that things will change. And I'm an expert to talk about this as a sensitive woman because I had to always dig myself out of the holes where I was in, where I had put myself in without even understanding, without consciously being fully aware of those situations. When I was in toxic relationships, for example, when I had to be the only smart adult one, the person who had to be the smart one to leave. And so this is why it creates an even more of a value for me personally when I'm here on social media talking about my painful experiences, my painful life story of trauma and depression and recovering, surviving it all, and then helping my people who actually understand what I'm about, what I'm talking about, and who actually appreciate what I do. So the issue, when you seriously, you need to take action. You cannot expect someone to come and save you, because usually it does not happen. You have to start doing something by yourself. You have to look in the mirror and start to want to make a change in your life. Because apparently there can be these people who are seriously narcissistic, bullies, emotionally abusive, emotionally immature, energy vampires. They just expect to just have from us sensitive empaths, highly sensitive people, when we're God's chosen ones. These people just expect that we will just give everything to them that they want from us. And nobody should be acting that way. You are not an adult if you always expect everything to come to you just like that without you even lifting a finger. That's very toxic and immature, selfish behavior. And again, this is why we need those healthy boundaries even more. Like I have been posting, the realization and the fact, the core value of when you are a sensitive person with a gentle, soft heart and feelings, you need firmer boundaries. I learned this the hardest way in my own personal life when there was nobody to help me, teach me about boundaries. So it can take a lot of work and effort that you actually get there, that you actually learn those boundaries. So that is why I have created my services as well, so that I can help my clients. Because honestly, you don't necessarily realize what to do about your healthy boundaries when you have been very abused in your life. A healthy adult, of course, understands about healthy boundaries, healthy core values, what it's like to lead a healthy life when they are a stable, emotionally mature person and they have their core values in place, their self-worth, and they know themselves, they know what they want, and they are not tolerating with bullshit. So they also understand that people are not to be taken for granted. They actually respect other people, but they are not overgiving. They know when to stop if they are doing that. So they do understand and honor their own boundaries. And I'm also called to talking about this topic because, it's been touching me so heavily, because if you can believe and understand without maybe me even mentioning it, but I have also been taken for granted in my life way too many times, and I was overgiving way too many times, and I was basically mothering people and, things like that. So when you are not aware of something, you cannot change it. So again, that is why we first have to become aware of things, and then we can start to create a change in our lives. And of course, energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be changed. And everything is energy. We are energy as well. So we are attracting and creating and manifesting. So we are always attracting, creating, and manifesting things in our lives, whether we wanted to or not. But because if we are alive and breathing, you woke up today, then you are attracting and creating and manifesting. Even when you are asleep, you are doing it. So even more so, because the subconscious mind is awake 24/7. So we cannot escape from ourselves and from manifesting and attracting and creating things, because we're always doing it. We cannot just turn it off. So this is why we have to pay attention to our own energies and the energies of other people. What do we allow in our lives? And if we don't allow things, we need to set our boundaries and say no. So if you're dealing with the pain and you notice that people are taking you for granted, they're not respecting your boundaries, and you as a sensitive person, they're just treating you like an object it is a red flag. It's a huge wake-up call and a sign that you have to start changing your life. You have to start immediately to change your life, because why do you want to stay there? I did not want to stay with my toxic exes and with my narcissistic mother. I could not stand her one bit. After some time, and then things escalated. So there will always eventually be a breaking point in these things, in these situations. And again, everyone has their own path. Every story and situation is unique. And so if you feel that you're interested in working with me one-on-one, then do apply to work with me. I do recommend to buy my self-help book and also my Boundaries Bootcamp guide, because if you need to seriously start to practice those healthy boundaries. I see so many of us empaths and highly sensitive people online, for example, who write about their experiences and emotions and feelings that they are so exhausted and drained out, like I have been as well. So that is why I've created my services. So I'm here to help. And it's up to you, of course, whether you accept it or not. Buy my book, start working on yourself, apply to work with me, so that we can work on your life together. So that's my offer. I'm here to help. So if you're interested, so yeah, reach out and check out my book on Amazon and implement it in your life. And so, yeah, I know that I can help because I've gone through all this pain, so much experience. I can also help you with legal cases if you're dealing with a legal situation. You know, whatever your situation is with narcissistic people who are just using you and hurting you and destroying you, taking you for granted, disrespecting your boundaries, whatever the situation is, I know that I can help. My book will help, and my Boundaries Bootcamp guide will definitely help you with your boundaries, because you need your boundaries. Everything begins with working on yourself, your boundaries, your self-care. So start doing it now and reach out.